Today I just wanted to take a quick look at the Skeleton Dance. It's a 1929 film. It is the first of the Silly Symphonies, so obviously the name comes, of course, because you have whimsical images, of course, accompanied by music. So this was, of course, produced and directed by Walt Disney, and within the series you do have a total of 75 animated short films. This in itself was actually, I guess you could say, influential for Walt Disney. Not only did he get to test out and experiment with different techniques, but this is also what led him to his feature films. Obviously, he'd experimented enough to where he pretty much knew what he was going to be doing once he did start in on the first full-length film. So he pretty much just got his technique down, developed his style throughout these silly symphonies. So this series ranged from 1929 to 1939, and of course some of the things that they experimented with were Technicolor. You also had multiple motion, picture camera, and the series also introduced the character Donald Duck. So he made his first appearance. He made his first appearance in the short film Wise Little Hen, which was released in 1934. So this particular symphony, the Skeleton Dance, of course, is very much a dance macabre. That's pretty much understood. So you do have these little skeleton characters. They're dancing around, doing all these odd little things. At some point in time, you do have one. I guess you can say he pulls the legs off of one of the skeletons. He uses the ribs of that same guy to play the xylophone, which, okay, yeah, pretty predictable. So in itself, at one point in time, it had been suspected, or I guess assumed, that the music used for this short, the Skeleton Dance, was actually taken from another piece of material, which is called Dance Macabre. The composer himself, Carl Sterling, later clarified in an interview that the music that's used in this short is actually a variation of the foxtrot. So you do have these, I guess you could say, cutesy little doodles that are dancing around, obviously in the cemetery, doing their thing. And, you know, it is just a very simplistic short. Obviously, it's very family-friendly. But really, there isn't too much going on here in the way of, you know, anything morbid or, you know, anything potentially questionable. They're just pretty much just little skeletons in a cemetery having a dance party. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I guess you could say, one of those shorts that we've all run across at some point in time. I would say definitely if you've ever studied animation or just film in itself, you've probably also been requested to either analyze techniques used within this or just view it just for discussion. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things that has been around for quite some time. Pretty easy to view a copy of this, but in general, it's just a very simplistic, very basic short. That's pretty much, as previously stated, the only intention of this is just experimenting with the technologies that were out at the time, and of course, once again, Walt Disney did develop his filming techniques and style through this. So that in itself, I would say, is very important as far as just the development of the Walt Disney Company. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to just get too many thoughts and ideas on this. Obviously, I'm not an animation person, but you know, it's definitely very cutesy. I would say it's potentially one of those things that everyone should also watch at least once in their lifetime, just to say that you did see it. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.